So far, we've gotten some great games out of Nintendo's best IPs on the Nintendo Switch. For example, Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, heck, even Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. But you know what? There's more than that. If you go to the Nintendo eShop on a weekly basis, you will see that there's a bunch of games that are being released. But the best thing about these titles is that you can download them and pretty much play them at any time, everywhere. I'm Ray Ray, and today I'm giving you the top 5 most affordable and awesome games that you can find on Nintendo's eShop. Let's go. Some of my favorite games on the Game Boy Advance were the Advance Wars series, and while Tiny Metal is not really Advance Wars, I think it did a pretty good job on what it was trying to do. Just like Advance Wars, Tiny Metal is a strategy RPG, where you battle with other troops and try to take them down. While the story is not necessarily amazing, Tiny Metal does have a really good cast of characters. The graphics are pretty appealing, and the gameplay is fun. So for those of you out there who are very interested in classic-based strategy RPGs, go ahead and download Tiny Metal. Like non-stop action games? Then Icy is a game that you may want to consider purchasing. The game is a beat-em up, but it has more action than any other beat-em up that you've probably played in the past. Perform amazing combos, battle with giant foes, and don't think, just fight. This is definitely a title that you guys may want to check out. I was never a big fan of the Metroidvania genre. However, when I played SteamWorld Dig 1 and SteamWorld Dig 2, I realized how much I've been missing out throughout all these years. Not necessarily because these games have been out for a while, but it did make me realize how I missed out on some great games like Super Metroid and Castlevania The Symphony of the Night. SteamWorld Dig 1 and 2 is about exploration, finding new abilities, finding collectibles, and progressing in a unique story with daring characters. For somebody who didn't like the Metroidvania genre, I have to admit that SteamWorld Dig 1 and 2 are probably some of my favorite games on the eShop. So these two are definitely a must-buy. A Whole New World is a game that I didn't even know that existed. If it wasn't for its affordable price, I would have never gotten it, but oh boy was I up for a treat. This game is a classic style platformer. It feels a lot like Mega Man or even like Ghosts and Goblins. You take the role as the Potion Master, and it's up to you to save the upside down world. Be careful though, because there's not such thing as easy mode in this game. So if you like classic style challenging platformers, A Whole New World is right up your alley. Ever since I was a child, I wanted to play a game where I was a very tiny character and got to battle really big bosses. Now I know of the existence of Shadow of the Colossus, but I was not talking necessarily about that style of game. I'm talking about a game like Jotun, the Valhalla edition. In this game you play as main protagonist Tora, a Viking who was killed. And in order for her to enter Valhalla, she needs to prove herself to the gods. This game got very positive reviews, and trust me, it deserves it. If you look at the graphics, they're actually hand-drawn and beautiful. But as beautiful as they can be is not just about the graphics. The actual game is more like an exploration and action game that really makes you feel satisfaction every time you accomplish a challenge. I know that there was also a Wii U version of this game, but honestly I didn't even know it existed until I saw it on the Nintendo Switch. So if you didn't know about this game, hey, I recommend you to go ahead and give it a play. Alright guys, so those are my top 5 most affordable and awesome games that you can find on the Nintendo eShop. Now, it's been reported that the Nintendo eShop has almost 1,000 titles. So I only picked 5, and I left a lot of the obvious ones like Stardew Valley and Golf Story. But I just wanted to include titles that you may not be aware of. I also want to apologize for the quality of the microphone. Trust me, I'm working my best in order for me to get a new microphone and give you better quality. We will be doing more video game topics in the future, but fear not, we're not gonna stop providing you with the mysterious and abandoned videos either. So subscribe to the Podcast Dojo if you wanna still see our content. And don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video. This is Ray from the Podcast Dojo wishing you a very good day.